Welcome to the Colorado School of Mines Mid-Year Graduate Commencement. We will be starting the program in 5 minutes, so please find your seats. In the unlikely event of an emergency that requires evacuation of the arena, please follow the instructions of event staff. Please take this time to identify the closest exits to you. Those seated in the bleachers, your closest exit may be behind you. Thank you.
Ore digger, to me, is to be excellent. When you walk on this campus, when you get this degree, when you represent this school, all I can think about is excellence.
One of my favorite things about being a mines student is really just the community. I feel like I'm able to mentor a lot of students, become friends with a lot of my colleagues, and I really feel integrated into the city of Golden itself. And I think that's a pretty unique experience from my other experiences at other universities or in industry.
Mines generates a lot of opportunities for its students. For my graduate thesis, I had the opportunity to go down to Peru. We flew down there with equipment, interacted with the Universidad Nacional de Trujillo, and we collected geophysical data, collaborated with the students and faculty there. And so we introduced the students and the community to these different instruments, as well as the university.
Having the resources and the freedom to apply whatever comes to your mind in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience, technical stuff or theoretical stuff, that really gives the person the wide perspective of thinking, and it really eliminates any limits to the thinking.
The professors here are actually some of the top tier professors in geophysics throughout the entire world. It's great that, they have such a sense of community at this school, and being able to talk with them one-on-one without worry of, wasting their time, etc. They're really wholesome people, and I've been glad to, get to know all of them.
When I first came here, I was thinking about mines as a super prestigious university, and that was all I was thinking about. But once I was here, I discovered that it's much more than just academic stuff. At the beginning of the year, I was diagnosed with cancer, and that was really hard. But I got an incredible support from the university, which I am forever grateful to. I cannot put in words in how much that helped me to go through that difficult time, because I didn't know what would happen to me.
I think being an ore digger means really looking out for each other, in this world that's not always a given. And so I think there's a really good group of people here, and stick together, support each other.
It really helped me for success by having the amazing supervisors who really directed and guided me in a way that they are not just my professors, they are part of my family, and I am part of their family.
I came here with all these ideas about what I wanted to do, and now that I've actually been here and been exposed to it, I know what it is, and I know that I love it, and I want to just go out and do it.
Mine has absolutely prepared me for success. My future's pretty much up in the air. I have the opportunity to hopefully go and continue my athletic career, whether it be the NFL or CFL or anything like that. But if not, I can fall back on a great degree. I think that I'm absolutely prepared to succeed and excel in whatever I do.
In my case, the human factor here was unique. They support me through all my treatment, all my choices. People here are really, really kind. That's my experience.
I came to mines as an engineer whose goal is to work for a good company. I'm leaving mines as an engineer whose goal is to improve mining.
I came to mine pursuing a master's degree, and I am leaving mines with a master's degree, but also a family here too. And I am really, really happy that I ended up here.
I came to mines a dreamer, and I know leaving that I'll be able to fulfill those dreams.
please stand if you are able to welcome the platform party. Today's ceremonial pomp and circumstance was performed and recorded by students in the Mines music program. The processional is led by Dr. Robert Key, Faculty Distinguished Lecturer, and Dr. Brandon Dugan, Faculty Senate President. Dr. Key is carrying the University Mace, a symbol of knowledge and authority dating back to the 13th century, and is topped by Blaster, our beloved school mascot. Dr. Dugan is carrying the replica of a 16th century book, De Re Metallica, widely considered to be the foundational book on mining and metallurgy. This book represents the body of knowledge shared by Mines faculty and students, and its opening and closing on stage indicate the beginning and ending of today's ceremony. Platform party members include Chairman of the Board of Trustees and alumnus, Mr. Jesus Salzar. Alumna and Vice Chair, Mrs. Patty Starzer. Faculty Trustee, Dinesh Mehta. President and Professor, Dr. Paul C. Johnson. Provost and Professor, Mr. Rick Holtz. And Academic Department Heads, Deans, and Vice Presidents. Continuing the processional are interdisciplinary graduate program directors and our doctoral and master degree candidates who are making their way down the bleachers. Today we will confer 72 doctoral degrees and 270 master's degrees. Flags on stage represent the home nations of our graduates: Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Burma, Canada, China, Colombia, Comoros, Costa Rica, El Salvador, France, Ghana, Guam, Honduras, India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Italy, Japan, Libya, Nepal, Nigeria, Pakistan, Peru, Philippines, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Slovenia, South Korea, Spain, Turkey, Ukraine, Zimbabwe. Please remain standing until all our graduating students have entered the arena. Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem performed by Colorado School of Mines singing group, the Mines Choir, under the direction of Professor Kirsten Carpenter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The Mines Choir will now sing the Mines Alma Mater to the tune of Ara Lee. The Alma Mater opens convocation and begins commencement, marking their transition from Mines student to Mines alumni. You can find the Alma Mater's lyrics in the inside cover of your program.
Raise your voices, engineers, your devotion sing. To the greatest school of mines, let the chorus ring. Hail to thee, CSM, to our hearts most dear. Every miner loves thy name, and every engineer. Honor, glory to thy name, these we pledge anew. While we live to sing thy fame, Alma Mater true. Hail to thee, school of mines, silver and the blue. Every miner sings thy praise, O Alma Mater true.
Please be seated. Please welcome the 17th President of Colorado School of Mines, Dr. Paul C. Johnson.
All right, thank you. And how about another round of applause for the Mines Choir? Aren't they awesome? Yeah. All right, good afternoon. On behalf of Colorado School Mines, welcome to all of you who have joined us here and remotely. Today, 342 graduate degrees will be conferred, and I'm looking forward to congratulating the recipients of those degrees when they cross the stage later in the program. I'm sure that our graduates' paths to this ceremony weren't easy. After all, our admission standards are high, Mines degree programs are challenging, and there were other hurdles. Some of our graduates came to Mines from other countries, some earned degrees while employed full-time, some had families to support, and some were here during the pandemic. So they had to learn new ways to learn, and they had to find new ways to conduct and present progress on their research. With that in mind, we'd like to start this commencement with a moment of reflection offered up by Jamie Grimes. Jamie, where are you? Come on up. let me tell you a little bit about Jamie, who I only saw recently on video, actually. So Jamie's originally from Jacksonville, Florida. He holds a bachelor's degree in mathematics and a master's in computational operations research from Presbyterian College and William and Mary University. Jamie's graduating today with a doctorate in operations research with engineering. Before Mines, his 17-year distinguished Army career included deployment to Iraq, command of a recruiting company, and an analyst role at the Pentagon. He began his doctoral program in 2020 during the pandemic and cites the culture and resilience of Mines students, staff, and faculty as the primary reason for making it through that first year. Jamie is currently an assistant professor of mathematics at the United States Military Academy in West Point. He is joined here today by his wife, Paige, and their 3 boys, Jackson, Hudson, and Pearson. And please join me in welcoming soon-to-be Dr. Jamie Grimes to the podium.
Members of the faculty and administration, fellow students, family, and friends, it is my honor and privilege to offer an invocation for our commencement. Amid all the excitement today, I encourage each graduate to express gratitude to everyone who has supported their journey. Because if you're like me, it was surely not an individual effort. I'd like to thank my advisor, Dr. Alexandra Newman, for her guidance, my wife, Paige, for her support and patience over the past 3 years, and my mother, Anne Marie, for always being my biggest cheerleader. Today, we give thanks for this fine institution, the Colorado School of Mines, and hope that it may be a lively center for sound learning, new discovery, and the pursuit of wisdom. We hope that those who teach and those who learn may find joy in all of their endeavors. As we celebrate the completion of our studies today, we hope to build on the knowledge we gained and the experiences we had to affect positive change in a world that has seen much change and uncertainty recently. Whether we go on to complete further studies, to the workforce, or if the wider world beckons, may we all live fulfilled lives that support others and contribute to society. We thank our dear friends and family who shared in and supported our educational journey and for always believing in us. We are thankful for the freedoms we enjoy to pursue learning, life, and love. May we hope that we can constantly raise our eyes from the mundane and predictable to catch a glimpse of the glorious possibilities of adventure and discovery. May we all proceed into the world with humble, thankful hearts and a reverence for those that changed the world before us and that have allowed us to be here today. As we prepare to celebrate our academic achievements, we are aware that not all friends and family who shared in and supported our journeys to this point are with us today. Today, many of us are experiencing a notable absence. My father, who passed away just before I began my journey, instilled in me the work ethic and determination that was critical to my success, and I would be remiss if I didn't recognize his substantial impact. To that end, I'd like to honor him and all of those whom we have lost and are not able to be with us here today. Please join me in observing a moment of silent reflection in their honor. Thank you, and congratulations to all of us for the achievements we are celebrating today.
Do you have a cheering squad here today?
I do, they're right over here.
Okay, cheering squad, stand up.
Come on, go ahead.
See the family.
There they are.
All right, oh, awesome. Hey, if we have some left over, okay. We're going to wait to see if they multiply during the ceremony, if there's 2 more left at the end. All right. Anyway, Jamie, thank you very much. We look forward to congratulating you as you're hooded on the stage later in the ceremony. That's going to be a pretty special moment, as will the moment each of our graduates crosses the stage. To provide some context on how significant Jamie's and our other graduates' accomplishments are, I should point out that the doctoral and master's degrees that we will confer today are the most advanced degrees attainable in the sciences and engineering. Furthermore, this is an elite group of graduates, in part because fewer than 1% of all adults ever complete a master's or doctoral degree in engineering or the hard sciences, and in part because their degrees are from a very unique and selective university. Since our founding in 1874, and for the past 149 years and 10 months, Colorado School of Mines is focused on producing the top scientists and engineers, industry leaders and entrepreneurs, and the knowledge and innovations that industry and society need for prosperity. As the needs of industry and society have changed, so has our portfolio of graduate degree programs. You can see that reflected in today's commencement program. It lists what our graduates have studied and researched, covering topics relevant to energy systems, the sustainable use of our planet's resources, society's infrastructure of the future, advanced manufacturing and materials, economic analyses, artificial intelligence and security, health, and even space exploration. So, speaking of our graduates, where are our master's degree recipients? Would you please stand so we can spot you all? All right. You had a wide range of in-person and online master's degrees to choose from. There were options to combine coursework and research or just focus on coursework. Many of you were 4+1 combined bachelor's master's program students, which provides a quicker and lower cost path to earn both bachelor's and master's degrees at Mines. Some of you chose to increase your depth of knowledge in your undergraduate major area, while others chose to learn a second engineering discipline or complementary business management, data analytics, or computing skills. Congratulations to all of our master's degree recipients today, and we're looking forward to shaking your hands as you cross the stage in a little while. So you can sit down. Thank you. Okay, now would our doctoral candidates please stand for a moment so we can recognize you. You came to Mines to work closely with our world-class faculty and to explore new frontiers in science and engineering. Through your doctoral dissertation research, you have each become the world's newest leading expert in your field. What you have done at Mines and will do in the future will drive change in the world, including how we provide energy sustainably, how we build and operate the infrastructure we all depend on, how we ensure our personal and national security, how we improve quality of life for all, and how we utilize, manage, and be better stewards of the Earth's and other planets' resources. Congratulations to you two, and I look forward to shaking your hands after you've been hooded by your advisor. Thank you for being here. Now, whether you're a master's degree or doctoral degree recipient, you likely benefited from the support and encouragement of others. And as Jamie said earlier in his invocation, we should take a moment so that you can thank those people for their support. So I think we'll do this so you can actually see the people that you're going to thank. So if you could stand up and turn around and face the audience. All right, good job. Okay, first of all, will the parents of our graduates please stand? All right. You probably discovered, as I did with one of my children, that being a graduate student parent has its own unique challenges. The toughest might be that the relatives and neighbors expect you to be able to explain what your student is studying and researching. Does that sound familiar to any of you? Yep. And I don't know how many of you can do that, but it is difficult for most of us. We rely on our students to explain it to us simply, but their ability to do that so often seems to decrease with time in graduate school. And so we end up saying to friends and relatives things like, he studies rocks, she works with water, they do something with computers. Or it's just very complicated and I gave up trying to understand it. So I still can't explain to people what my child did in graduate school, and my mom still tells her friends that I clean dirt. So in any case, the important thing was not your understanding of the graduate studies, but the encouragement and support you offered your students. Thank you for that, and thank you for being here. Now, will the spouses and significant others please stand? Yeah. Just like the parents, you also provided emotional support and encouragement, and probably financial support as well. I'm just guessing, but it's possible at some point you had to remind your loved one that perpetual student was not an acceptable career path, and that while lifelong learning is important in today's world, at some point it does need to be combined with lifelong earning. So thank you very much for supporting these graduates today, and thank you for being here for our ceremony. Okay, let's see, friends, siblings, other relatives, co-workers, anybody else who came in to cheer on some graduates, why don't you stand up? Yeah. You are the group that we affectionately refer to as the distractions. You are the ones enticing our graduates to sneak away and hit the trails, head to the ski slopes, play online video games, or meet up at the local brewery. Even though you might have prolonged their graduate studies, you helped our graduates find balance and joy, and we all know how critical it is to success at school and in life. So thank you very much for being here as well. Okay, let's see. Students, I'm going to have you turn clockwise about like 90 degrees. There you go. Okay, and the faculty that are sitting down in the midst of all the PhD students, you're going to have to stand up for this part, as well as all the faculty and everybody here on the stage stand up. And they'll look at you sideways and they'll look at them straight on. Anyway, first of all, I would like to thank everyone here who works at Mines, whether that's a faculty mentor, teachers in classes, staff, and everybody else who makes this such a wonderful place. So let's thank them. This group really does a lot. They educate, they inspire, they support, they mentor, and they raise financial support for our students. They are the reason Mines is consistently ranked in the top 5% of all public universities, and it's why we are only one of 146 universities to hold the prestigious R1 Carnegie classification for research. I like to brag that the Wall Street Journal named our faculty the best across all U.S. public universities for their balanced dedication to both classroom instruction and scholarly research. So let's give them one more big round of applause. Thank you for all that they've done. Okay, let's see. Students, graduates, turn another 90 degrees clockwise. Faculty, you can sit down. Trustees, you have to stay up. All right. So the last group I'd like to recognize is our Colorado School Mines Board of Trustees members with us here today. Trustees are an incredibly accomplished group. They've been appointed by the Governor of Colorado. And they're scientists, engineers, CEOs, business leaders, and entrepreneurs who are dedicated to mine success and who believe strongly in the importance of graduate education and research. One of the most important duties as a trustee is to approve your degrees later in the ceremony. So far, they've been in a pretty good mood all today, and they actually approved the degrees this morning, so I'm hoping that trend will continue later today, but we'll find out. But in any case, let's thank them for being here at the ceremony as well. And in wrapping up this welcome, students, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and stand. Sit down. Yeah, go ahead. All right. So in wrapping up this welcome, I would like to say to our graduates that those trustees, along with the Mines faculty, staff, leadership, and alumni, all recognize your significant accomplishment and are proud to call you graduates, Colorado School Mines. My request to you is that you share and always carry that pride with you wherever you go in life and in your career. And as you make your mark on the world, I hope that you find some way to help others pursue their educational dreams. You are all hell of engineers, hell of scientists, hell of economists, and ore diggers for life. Congratulations to all of our graduate degree recipients today. And now please welcome to the podium Dr. Tim Barbary, our Dean of Graduate Studies and also a Mines alumnus. Tim?
Thank you, President Johnson. Today we welcome two PhD graduates to deliver a shared address, a somewhat unique twist on a traditional commencement speech. This is fitting because their remarkable accomplishments have several things in common. Like others here today, their pathways to Mines began far from the United States. At Mines, both of them experienced unexpected and unusual losses, as you'll hear, in one case, the passing of an inspiring faculty advisor. However, as you'll also hear, they both found support in their Mines communities and demonstrated extraordinary resilience. Both of them gave back to Mines as leaders in the graduate student government and as advocates for fellow students. Finally, both of them gained Ore Digger family members, quite literally, at Mines, one by having a daughter, one by meeting her now fiancé. Our two speakers are Kirtana Krishnan and Isabella Mendoza. Isabella, raise your hand, Isabella. Isabella is a proud native of the Philippines and completed her bachelor's degree at Drexel University. Her aerospace-focused research at Mines took her to places like Oxford, England, and Ghent, Belgium, and she is graduating today with a PhD in mechanical engineering, which she completed this past August. She now serves as the U.S. lead for Match ID metrology software, specializing in quantitative imaging and materials testing. Kirtana completed her Bachelor's of Technology at Anna University in Tamil Nadu, India, then earned a Master's in Petroleum Engineering at Mines in 2018 alongside her husband. They became parents as Kirtana returned for her PhD in Materials Science. This fall, her daughter turned 4.5 as Kirtana completed her PhD and started a postdoctoral research position at the Pacific Northwest National Lab. Please join me in welcoming Kirtana and Isabella.
Vanakkam and Namaskaram.
Mabuhay.
Today, we would like to take a brief journey through time, a journey encompassing our past, present, and the boundless future that awaits. This day is not just a celebration of academic achievements, but a culmination of the incredible journey that has brought each of us to this stage. It takes a special kind of strength to pursue a graduate degree far from the comforting embrace of family. Rewinding to the days when we first set foot on campus, many, like me, were jet-lagged and armed with an impressive collection of power adapters. I could also have used an English dictionary to conquer the intricacies of American idioms. When someone mentioned pulling an all-nighter, I wondered if it was a new mining technique. Now, my linguistic skills have expanded to include phrases like Rocky Mountain High, 14ers, and Ortigas. And let's not forget the sheer bravery it takes to embrace a Colorado winter, especially for people like me growing up in warmer climates. I learned to turn winter apparel into fashion.
When I first arrived at Mines, I remember feeling so out of place. I was always a city girl who loved my architecture and tall glass skyscrapers, usually less than an hour away from an ocean. However, it didn't take long to fall in love with the mountains, and eventually my friends and I would rush out to camp, hike, and even whitewater raft whenever we got a chance. Miraculously, we still found the time to study and work, and that's what I love about Mines students. We navigated one of the most demanding STEM programs in the country, but still did our best to enjoy and appreciate the outdoors. As we celebrate our hard-earned success, it's only fitting to acknowledge the endurance required to complete graduate school, master's and PhD programs alike. To quote a wise friend of mine, "Not all heroes wear capes, some wear glasses and subsist entirely on caffeine."
For some of us, the journey through Mines was a shared adventure with a partner, and perhaps a tiny companion. When relatives were far away, the phone calls, video chats, and occasional care packages were lifelines connecting us to the warmth of the family, to the classmates who are now family, to the professors who provided us more than academic guidance, and the communities that embraced us all. You've helped us create a second home here at Minds. Let's take a moment to appreciate the multifaceted experiences, the late nights in the lab, the tender moments with loved one, and the beautiful chaos of managing it all.
On a personal note, some very special people have helped each of us get to where we are today. For me, Professor Leslie Lamberson took a chance on a student with zero mechanics background and abhorrent math skills and inspired me to complete an entire advanced degree in mechanical engineering. I thank my amazing research group, my office mates, and professors who made it fun and exciting to learn some of the most difficult material I had ever come across. My colleagues in graduate student government always reminded me that we are so much more than our degrees and our grades. My amazing family made the journey out here today to cheer me on, despite still having no clue what my dissertation is about. And of course, I thank my incredible fiance, who I first met right here on campus, just one building over. None of this would have been possible without you.
I would like to dedicate this occasion to someone whose influence continues to resonate even in their absence. Dr. Moises Carrion wasn't just an advisor. He was a mentor, a confidant, and a source of inspiration. While he may no longer be with us, his legacy lives on in the countless minds he has molded and inspirations he ignited. My path to PhD was undoubtedly challenging, filled with triumphs, setbacks, and moments of profound discovery and doubts. It is in these moments that I discovered the strength within, the resilience that carried me through challenges, and the passion that fueled my academic pursuits. I extend my profound gratitude to Dr. Brian Trewin. Your guidance and encouragement played an instrumental role in navigating and concluding the stages of my PhD. I want to give a shout out to the many MVPs in my life beyond MICE. See how my American acronyms have improved now. My parents, the Dream OG team, my husband, the brave soul who willingly signed up for this crazy ride, my in-laws, and our daughter, the tiny human who's been listening to my monologues about membranes since childbirth. Their steadfast presence has provided me with the emotional fortitude to overcome challenges and pursue excellence. Their sacrifices, both seen and unseen, have made it possible for me to focus on my studies and family. We both would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all the remarkable women in our lives for uplifting our beliefs and empowering us to pursue our dreams.
Probably the most important lesson I learned here at Minds was the power of the environment you choose to be in. Who you choose to surround yourself with can directly control your success or failure. Almost exactly 2 years ago, my family and I were unfortunate witnesses in a mass shooting. I was ready to give up. I had the leave of absence paperwork in hand, looking at flight tickets back home, prepared to abandon everything I had worked so hard for. But because of a compassionate advisor and a supportive community, I instead was able to thrive. And just as your surroundings can influence you, you equally have the power to create the environment you want to see yourself and others thrive in. Whether your time here at Minds has been marked by moments of inspiration, frustration, loss, support, or anything in between, remember to carry these perceptions with you and apply the insights that they sparked. As we step into our professional careers, let's ask ourselves, what kind of environment do I want to create for myself? And what kind of environment do I want to create for others?
If you encounter uncertainty in your new endeavors, embrace it with open hearts and curious mind. Minds has prepared you for everything, from decoding cryptic messages in the Minds' meme page to calculating the optimal trajectory for launching our graduation camps. And when life throws challenges our way, remember the Minds mantra. If you can survive a Minds final week, you can survive anything.
Remember that life is an adventure and that you can blaze your own trail, much like the Mines rover once did, paving the way for now a much speedier ore cart.
As the saying goes, graduate school is like a roller coaster. There are highs and there are lows, and at some point you'll probably question your life choices. But here you are, standing tall and accomplished, a testament to resilience.
Today, we celebrate not only the scholars you have become, but the leaders, innovators, and change makers you are destined to be. Congratulations to the class of 2023.
Here is to a future as bright and as colorful as a Colorado sunset.
So Isabel and Katana, do you have cheering sections here
Yes,
today?
I do.
Would your cheer, are they over
Mine's
here?
right over there, yep.
Okay, cheering section, stand up. All right, you have a stand here? All right. Well, thank you for that. Was awesome. Great job. First ever tag team at a graduate ceremony before, and you pulled it off. So it might happen again in the future. Who knows? Probably not as good, but I think you both have earned your own blaster. So thank you. Good job. They're like tribbles down here. I don't know. They multiply. All right. Now we have an opportunity to hand out a really cool award, which only happens at the graduate ceremonies. And to present that award, I would like to invite up Dr. Walt Copan, our Vice President for Research and Technology Transfer. And he's going to speak to us about the important role that our graduate students have in research. And he's going to announce the winner of the Roth Research Award. Walt?
Thank you, President Johnson. The essential role that Mines graduate students play in research is celebrated by the Roth Research Award, which recognizes the PhD research dissertation that has the greatest potential to make a positive impact on society. This goal, to make a difference for people and planet, has been at the core of Mines research for 150 years. Our Roth Award nominees exemplify the diversity, quality, and relevance of the Mines research portfolio. Today, we bestow the Bhakta B. and Sushama Roth Research Reward for excellence in doctoral thesis research. It was established by Dr. Bhakta Roth, a senior official at the U.S. Naval Research Laboratory, a member of the National Academy of Engineering, and a decorated researcher and distinguished friend of Colorado School of Mines. I'd first like to recognize and commend all the outstanding finalists for the Roth Award. Our nominees are listed in the commencement program, and I can confirm that the award selection from such strong candidates was extraordinarily difficult. Let's give them all a round of applause. Congratulations to each of you for your outstanding research and scholarship. And now, the winner of this year's Roth Research Award is soon to be Dr. Stephen DiGregorio. Congratulations, Stephen. Yeah, come on up, Stephen. His dissertation is titled Interfacial Reduction Phenomena in Self-Reducing Reactive Silver Ink Systems. Stephen was advised by Dr. Owen Hildreth of the Mechanical Engineering Department. At Mines, Stephen's research focused on developing reactive silver inks with high density, improved electrical properties, and that enables dramatically reduced usage of silver in manufacturing solar cells. He made a remarkable series of breakthroughs. Reactive inks are a relatively new field, and Stephen's research developed novel techniques essential for producing high-performance solar cells. His research resulted in an entirely new approach for electronic printing, which has the potential for global impact. Using current solar cell metallization strategies, it's estimated that 80% of the world's silver production would be consumed by the projected growth of the solar energy industry. Now Stephen's work to increase materials efficiency reduces the amount of silver required by a factor of 10. Additionally, the energy yield is increased between 4 and 22% using Stephen's invention, a tremendous step forward. It's already having an impact by commercial companies looking to leverage the benefit of reactive silver inks for reduced costs, increased sustainability, and improved performance. Overall, his research is a key contribution to producing the terawatt levels of solar electricity this world needs. Stephen's also the first author on 4 peer-reviewed journal articles and co-author on 5 more. He's also the first author on an invited book chapter and co-inventor on 2 provisional patent applications. Stephen is truly an exemplary Mines grad student, truly deserving of the Rath Research Award. Stephen, your research is having great impact already with ripple effects that we expect to see for years to come. Congratulations on receiving this award, and we'd now like to present you with a plaque and cash award.
All right, thank you, Walt. Thank you, Walt. Congratulations, Stephen. All right, we got one last thing to do before we start crossing the stage, and for that, I'm going to invite Mines alumna and Vice Chair of our Board of Trustees, Patty Starzer. Patty's going to extend a greeting to you from the alumni community, and she's probably has launched more graduates in the alumni community than anybody else has done, including like 50 family members as well. So anyway, please welcome Patty to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Oh, it's such a privilege to stand before you today and just congratulate you on years of hard work that have brought you to this position today. Graduates, today you'll leave Mines as the beneficiaries of a world-class education, one that has prepared you well for what comes next. You've graduated from one of the most prestigious engineering and science universities in the world. We, the alumni, hope you take great pride and joy in this accomplishment. Yesterday, you were members of a highly select group, students of the Colorado School of Mines, and today you become members of a very loyal and proud group, the alumni of the Colorado School of Mines. Wherever you go in your lives and careers, you'll find many other Mines alumni around the globe, and we hope that you will connect with them through local alumni groups. We encourage you to find meaningful ways to stay connected to Mines and share your experience and knowledge with the next generation of ore diggers. We also hope to see you back on campus for homecoming and our upcoming 150th anniversary celebrations. Once again, congratulations on your great accomplishment today, and welcome to the Colorado School of Mines alumni community.
All right, thank you, Patty. Hey, by the way, do we have any, guests or volunteers who are alumni? If you're out there in the audience, please stand up so we can welcome you back. Anybody out there? I see some up here. All right. Wow, I see quite a few. Yeah. Okay, we're at that big point of the program when our graduates get to start crossing the stage. So parents, if you haven't yet, it's that time where you're going to get choked up and cry a little bit. Family, friends, co-workers, loved ones, you're going to make some noise, clapping, cheering. Anybody brought a contraband noise maker in here? You can use... I think I counted 3, I'm not sure. But any case, feel free to use those. If you're up in the stands, you can stomp your feet. You want to practice that? Yeah, that's good, all right. And just in case there's any question about this, we want you to be as raucous and loud and creative in your expressions of congratulations. And let's do that practice one more time. Everybody just make a lot of noise. Let's see how we do. Yeah? Okay. All right, I think this is going to be fun. So let me explain the logistics a little bit here. So we're going to have a reception line here on stage. Provost Holtz is going to join us. Rick, you want to hop up? Find your spot. There's like little X's on the stage. Otherwise, we wander around. We will also have our deans will join us up here on the stage. So you've met Dean Barbary already. Dean Terry Hogue is here. Dean Berger is here as well. And you'll see department heads, interdisciplinary graduate program directors, and we're all going to line up to congratulate our graduates. Anybody else, faculty, trust, Dr. Coban, other faculty want to congratulate people in their programs, feel free to hop on the end of the line here. If you'd like to, that would be great. And first up will be our doctoral degree recipients. And then after that, then we do the master's degree recipients. The doctor's degree, the whole reason that you work however many years that you work for this is to get a hood. Is that why we do it? Yeah. Okay. You got one. It is like the weirdest piece of regalia or clothing you ever, I don't know why it's even, but in any case, it's a strange thing. And the thing that you get to witness in a graduate ceremony is the placing of the hood over the doctoral recipient. And that's the first time that they're recognized as a doctor in the ceremony. It's the ceremonial conferring of that recognition. And usually that's done by the faculty advisor or mentor. And that's someone who, I know, so parents, if you've got a PhD or a master's student who did research here, if you've heard them talking about their PI, that's who we're talking about now. That's the faculty member who's going to come up and hood them. And it's really a special moment for both the recipient and for the faculty advisor. People in academic circles always refer to their former PhD students as their academic children, and you've got all sorts of things and everything. So it really is a big deal because the faculty and their mentees have worked together so closely with the faculty supporting them financially with grants and things like that. So anyway, it's a great thing to get to witness. It can be a little entertaining because it's not so easy to get that hood thing on there. So, not to put him on the spot, but I think Provost Holtz is going to be the first one to do this to make sure he demonstrates how everybody should get it right, which would be interesting to see if that happens. But in any case, they're going to cross the stage. They'll get hooded here, and then we'll cross from there. But in any case, I think we're ready for this. I think your mentee is ready, Mentor Holtz. We're all lined up here. Okay, let's get going. And remember, make a lot of noise.
Dr. Carla DVSD, presented by Dr. Richard C. Holtz. From Mining Engineering, Bill Zish, Department Head. Dr. Sarah L. Jones, presented by Dr. Hugh B. Miller. Dr. Heather Nicole Lammers, presented by Dr. Hugh B. Miller. Dr. Sydney Alexandria Slauka, presented by Dr. Jamal Rostami. Dr. Matthew Vernon Deutsch, presented by Dr. Kadri Dagdalan and Dr. Tice B. Johnson. Dr. Fatih Aranolu, presented by Dr. Sebnem H. Duzgun and Dr. Tulay Flamand. Dr. Alejandro Delgado Jimenez, presented by Dr. Elizabeth A. Hawley and Dr. Nicole M. Smith. From Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. Junko Munakata Mar, Department Head. Dr. Jenny Lee Callahan, presented by Dr. Junko Munakata Mar and Dr. Linda A. Figueroa. Dr. Anderson Clayton Ellis, presented by Dr. Timothy J. Strathman. Dr. Brett Dwayne Van Houten, presented by Dr. Zahi Y. Kath. Dr. Sana Zafar, presented by Dr. Ahmed Reza Hedayat. Dr. Patrick Harrison Thieringer, presented by Dr. John R. Spear. From Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Ivor Rymanis, Department Head. Dr. Madeline Fabiola Madrigal Camacho, presented by Dr. Suveen N. Matharu. From Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. Wendy Borson, Department Head. Dr. Desi Widiasti Sapardina, presented by Dr. Perrette Plink Bjorklund. From Chemical and Biological Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Department Head. Dr. Caroline Lima Anderson, presented by Dr. Sumit Agarwal. Dr. Ke Tring Chen, presented by Dr. Sumit Agarwal. Dr. Benjamin Arnold Appleby, presented by Dr. Joseph R. Samanik and Dr. Michael A. Mooney. Dr. Rok Sitar, presented by Dr. Colin A. Walden. Dr. Hannah Marie Stoner, presented by Dr. Carolyn Coe. Dr. Coy James Zimmerman, presented by Dr. David W. Marr. From Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Carl Frick, Department Head. Dr. Stephen John DiGregorio, presented by Dr. Owen J. Hildreth. Dr. Daniel Korf, presented by Dr. Stephen C. DeCallaway. Dr. Corey Ryan Randall, presented by Dr. Stephen C. DeCallaway. Dr. Maria Isabella Francesca Mendoza, presented by Dr. Leslie E. Lamberson. Dr. Lydia Elaine Meyer, presented by Dr. Jason M. Porter. Dr. Ling Feng Tao, presented by Dr. Xiao Li Zhang. From Geophysics, Dr. Paul Sava, Department Head. Dr. Khaled Abdullah Al-Muteri, presented by Dr. Paul C. Sava. Dr. Joseph Robert Capriati, presented by Dr. Yao Guo Li. Dr. Elizabeth Marie Mag Capriati, presented by Dr. Yao Guo Li. Dr. Yanhua Liu, presented by Dr. Ilya Zvankin. From Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Gus Greivel, Department Head. Dr. David Robert Montgomery, presented by Dr. Karin Leiderman. Dr. Matthew John Picklow Jr., presented by Dr. Jennifer K. Ryan and Dr. Ayaboy Edo. From Chemistry, Dr. Thomas Jeanette, Department Head. Dr. Gloria Alwyn Russell Parks, presented by Dr. Brian G. Trewin and Dr. Thomas Jeanette. Dr. Christine Lynn Plavchak, presented by Dr. Kim R. Williams. Dr. Michael Toney, presented by Dr. Kim R. Williams. From Physics, Dr. Frederick Sarrazin, Department Head. Dr. George Filipatos, presented by Dr. Frederick Sarrazin. Dr. Seth Thomas Cottrell, presented by Dr. Jeff Squire. Dr. Daniel Wayne Scarborough, presented by Dr. Jeff Squire. Dr. Randy A. Lemons, presented by Dr. Charles G. Durfee and Dr. Sergio Carbajo. Dr. David D. Schmidt, presented by Dr. Charles G. Durfee. Dr. Nicholas Matarese, presented by Dr. Elliot Caput. Dr. Christina Montoya, presented by Dr. Uwe Greifa and Dr. Dana Duke. From Computer Science, Dr. Iris Bahar, Department Head. Dr. Ruth Chen Wen, presented by Dr. Thomas E. Williams. From Economics and Business, Dr. Scott Hauser, Department Head. Dr. Dipesh Kumar Deepu, presented by Dr. Ian A. Lang. From Advanced Energy Systems, Dr. Robert Braun, Program Director. Dr. Madeline Rose McMillan, presented by Dr. Morgan D. Bazilian and Dr. Alexander Zolan. Dr. Heather Marie Mirletz, presented by Dr. Sridhar Sitaraman and Dr. Teresa M. Barnes. Dr. Liam Whitman, presented by Dr. Patrick R. Taylor. From Materials Science, Dr. Eric Toberer, Program Director. Dr. Sarah Victoria Boardman, presented by Dr. Corinne E. Packard. Dr. Anna Catherine Braun, presented by Dr. Corinne E. Packard and Dr. Aaron Patak. Dr. Jay Sharma, presented by Dr. Corinne E. Packard. Dr. Daniel Edward Drury, presented by Dr. Jeffrey L. Brenica. Dr. Kirtana Krishnan, presented by Dr. Brian G. Trewin. Dr. Teresa Emily Sains, presented by Dr. Jeremy D. Zimmerman and Dr. Emily L. Warren. Dr. Olivia Dean Schnabel, presented by Dr. Jeremy D. Zimmerman and Dr. Emily L. Warren. From Operations Research with Engineering, Dr. Alexandra Newman, Program Director. Dr. James Clinton Grimes, presented by Dr. Alexandra M. Newman. From Quantitative Biosciences and Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Program Director. Dr. Bikram Adhikari, presented by Dr. Melissa D. Krebs and Dr. Meena Pancheva. From Underground Construction and Tunnel Engineering, Dr. Michael Mooney, Program Director. Dr. Tala Tahernia, presented by Dr. Jamal Rostami.
All right, how about all of our newest doctoral recipients and their faculty advisors stand up one more time for us so we can congratulate all of you again. Okay, now it's time for our master's degree recipients to cross the stage, and so this is specifically for the master's students. There's a tendency when we get to this point for the master's students to like fly across the stage. So you don't have to run, it's okay. Just come on across, and when you get to shake my hand, you have to do this very awkward thing of looking to the right. So you'll have a tendency to want to like thank me for congratulating you, but you want a really good picture more than you want to thank me for congratulating you. So there'll be a photographer here, so just sort of shake hands, look awkwardly to the right, and you'll do great, okay? Now it's always up to the first person to get it just right, and then everybody else follows perfectly, so no pressure on the first one. But in any case, looking forward to congratulating all of our master students, so let's get that going.
From Mining Engineering, Bill Zish, Department Head. Masashi Komura. Maria Camila Monsalve. Kazim Temitayo Hassan. Emma N. Bishop. From Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. Junko Munakata Mar, Department Head. Inge Delius Cordova. Melissa Idali Diaz Garcia. Savannah Lee Dilly. Azad Verge Ilioser. McGuire J. Mallory. George Anthony Honorado. Christopher J. Pica. Alexis H. Rezian. Devin M. Albeck Hernandez. Owen Michael Jacob Krauskopf. Rebecca Renee Rasmussen. From Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Ivor Rymanis, Department Head. Mason Patrick Brevig. Aiden William Carley Clopton. Juan Felipe Gonzalez. Jesse A. Schweitzer. From Electrical Engineering, Dr. Peter Owen, Department Head. Charles Roland Heimbaugh. Jessica Ann Kennedy. Thomas Christopher Chesley McDougall. Asma Romia. Andrew J. Rouse. From Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. Wendy Borson, Department Head. Leonela Aguada. Alex Neil Branda. Ramy Germain. Jake Jefferson. Philip Antoni Kastrovich. Matthew Avery Cater II. Lindsay Marie Patterson. Chad Eric Taylor. Kalinda Baker. Oscar Roberto Lemos. Benita Cavuru. From Chemical and Biological Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Department Head. Omar Al-Rajeh. Olexi A. Bandar. Amy Denise Chacon. Talon R. Heckel. Sandesh Mangesh Kulkarni. From Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Carl Frick, Department Head. Ramon J. Chavez. Jacob Alois Chikowski. Brian Michael Dixon. Joseph Blue Ericott. Brock A. Ganya. Whitman Hamilton. Brendan Michael Carney. Asher Kirschbaum. Miles N. Mabry. Derek Scott Meadows. Michael F. Miller. Joseph Gale Morton. Jonah David Olivas. Blake Robert Pardis. Simon Douglas Richardson. Tristan Steele Robinson. Matthew Thomas Scarborough. Zachary Wayne Scott. Tyler Aaron Soul. From Geophysics, Dr. Paul Sava, Department Head. Jared E. Lowe. From Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Gus Greivel, Department Head. Colin Downs. Alexander Calvin Hilgefort. From Physics, Dr. Frederick Sarazin, Department Head. Farai Majandu. Allison Colleen Jennifer Tucker. From Computer Science, Dr. Iris Bahar, Department Head. Michael Anthony Alvarez. Catherine Anna Aubert. Thomas H. Boyle. Shane Z. Cranor. Lucas Cunningham. Marley L. DeBrito. Daniel J. Devine. Whitney Guy. Jessica Maria Graham. Benjamin George Granmo. Peter Nelson Hall. Jasmine Hernandez. Zachary James Lee. Eric Isaiah Jordan Lorenz. Patrick Baudry Lozique. Victoria Lane Messmore. David J. Park. Sharon R. Peckham. Michael David Schoenberger. Derek J. Simpson. Michael James Stolp Smith. Alexander Wayne Tallman. From Economics and Business, Dr. Scott Hauser, Department Head. Janer Karajer. Yasmin Elizabeth Marin Alvarez. Lorenzo Mendez Came. Pierluigi Nichilo. Susana Palacios Lopez. Scott Paulin. Darshil Mani Shah. Adam Sporkin. Mohammed Rilga Shafidra. Edikan Udiak Udofia. Skylar Vertis. Brett T. Coleman. Ahmed El Ghul. Jordan Elizabeth Emery. Silvio Molina. Lean Audrey Maeba Kule Songkeng. Vincent Edward Palombi. Olivia Irene Sanders. Hunter Charles Sitke. From Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences, Dr. Sandy Woodson, Department Head. Raysan Saleh Al Hamoud, Weston de Blasi, Tintar Tun, Robert Frederick Isley III, Oliver Quinn Miller, Connor Francis O'Reilly. From Additive Manufacturing, Dr. Craig Bryce, Program Director. Jonathan Michael Chambers. Colton J. Curtin. From Advanced Energy Systems, Dr. Robert Braun, Program Director. J. Miteshbai Bhatt. Sophie Bradenkamp. Madison Brown. Logan M. Cummings. Camila Garcia Ferreira. Axel Haugland. Jason Ryan Miller. Daniel Andrew Mogtater. Damanhuri Asharo Nasution. Abraham Mahesa Prana. Daniel Alexander Svanken. From Data Science, Dr. Douglas Nitschke, Program Director. Thomas Joseph Chant. Marco Emilio Araujo Correa. Zachary Ryan Hubbard. Emily Nicole Holt. Ryan M. Massey. Jessica Kathleen Natz. Paxton Riley Poole. Danielle Wolf von Lemke. From Humanitarian Engineering and Science, Dr. Richard Granville, Program Director. Marisa Angelica Macias. From Hydrologic Science and Engineering, Dr. David Benson, Program Director. Emmeline May Hicks. Rebecca Aaron Holmes. From Materials Science, Dr. Eric Toberer, Program Director. Shivam Nigam. From Quantitative Biosciences and Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Program Director. Calvin Jackson Keene. Jake Timothy Yarbrough. From Quantum Engineering, Dr. Elliot Caput, Program Director. Portia Jolie Allen. Sean Michael Feeney. From Robotics, Dr. Andrew Petruska, Program Director. Alexander James Gall. Noah Benjamin Terry. Lucy Victoria Utke. From Space Resources, Dr. Angel Abud Madrid, Program Director. Ross Michael Rickards. From Underground Construction and Tunnel Engineering, Dr. Michael Mooney, Program Director. Vivekananda Pangchangmat.
We have to take a break in the program for a special announcement. We have a unique tradition here that whenever the first recipient of a degree from a new degree program graduates and crosses the stage, that the faculty representatives or department head from that program will present them with a special gift. And so we are very fortunate to get a chance to witness that in this ceremony. So I think we're ready. Do we have everybody who's ready for their part, I hope? Okay.
From University Honors and Scholars, Dr. Tony Lefton, Program Director. Gwyneth C. Orms.
And you also get to witness something we don't usually see here at the graduate ceremony, and that is somebody walking across the stage after earning 2 degrees at the same time here.
Farid Fadila Rahman.
All right, how about all of our master's degree recipients standing up again so we can congratulate all of you again, huh? All right, you may be seated. Now, there's a few of your classmates who couldn't be here today. Apparently, they thought it was more important to go to Texas and try to win a national football championship. So we would like to recognize them here as well. And to do that, Dr. Braylon Pantel, Vice President of Student Life, is going to read their names, and then we're going to do a big cheer for them after we do that. So please welcome Dr. Pantel to the podium.
All right. To this. So we will announce our names, then we'll cheer really, really loud so they can hear us all the way down in Texas afterwards. So receiving a Master of Science in Chemical Engineering, which is actually his second master's degree from Mines, Benjamin Fuchs. Receiving a Master of Science in Computer Science, Zachary Hoffman. And also receiving a Master of Science in Computer Science, John Matoka. I have several students receiving a Master of Science in Engineering and Technology Management. They are Evan Alexander, Kyle Banson, Jacob Click, Joshua Kraus, Kayla Marlatt, and Robert Steele Petty. And receiving a Master of Science in Additive Manufacturing, Nolan Reeve. And receiving a Master of Science in Data Science, Levi Johnson. We're going to capture some stuff here on
Okay, we're going to make a little video for them and send it down to them in Texas, and they're going to get to watch this ceremony as well. But thought we would do we'll count to 3, and then everybody sort of pops up and yells, "Go Ore Diggers," as loud as you can, and then just make a lot of crazy noise. Okay? We'll take a little, about 30-second clip. Think we can do that? Everybody ready? The words are real easy.
Go
These
Ore
are
Diggers.
advanced degree recipients. We can handle this. So I'll let you kick it off, Braylon.
All right, let's do this. All right, so 1, 2, 3, go Ore Diggers!
Good. All right, thank you for doing that. Okay, let's see, we got like one more thing to do, really. Yeah. Okay, it's important, we can't forget this part, because this is when we make your degrees official. Yeah. So we have to do this part right, I think. You do want your degrees to be official, right? I'm looking at the front row. They're speaking for everybody. They said thumbs up. Okay. All right, so for this, I'm going to need the help of Provost Holtz, who you've met before. Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees Chairman, Jesus Salazar. Jesus, please join us. And I think we're going to have Vice Chair Patty Starzer help us as well with this. Patty, why don't you come on up? You met Patty a little bit earlier, and I think we will, let's see, we'll have Provost Holtz tell us a little bit about our graduates, and then we will talk about how we're going to do the logistics.
Okay.
Okay, so Rick, tell us all a little bit about this class.
I would love to. So today we're conferring degrees to 72 doctoral candidates and 270 master's degree recipients. This class includes soon-to-be graduates who are the first ever in their family to earn a graduate degree. Please stand if you're in that group. All right, you can sit down. Earn their degrees while supporting their family. Please stand up. All right. Earn their degrees while working full-time off campus. Wow. Okay, be seated. Came to mines from another country. All right, you can sit down. This graduating class also includes 14 student athletes who participated in NCAA Division II varsity sports at Mines. Would all of our graduating student athletes please stand while I list some of your accomplishments? Go ahead and stand. Okay. So of those 14 that are participating in the graduate degree ceremony, we have 6 All-Americans, 1 academic All-American. All have been RMAC champions, either as a member of a team or as an individual competitor. All have appeared in NCAA postseason competitions. So the student athletes, you can please be seated. Thank you. So in total, the graduates seated before us have clearly distinguished themselves in our classrooms, in our research groups, on the field, and in our community. Congratulations to all.
Okay, so we're going to confer degrees and wrap up the ceremony all in one fluid motion. So we've got to explain to everyone how this is going to work. So Provost Holtz, Trustee Salazar, and myself, we were going to read some words. Hopefully we get them right, because we start all over, like the ceremony all over. So we're going to make sure we're careful about that. Trustee Starzer's got to perform a very important role for us, which we don't usually do. We normally don't do this at the graduate ceremony, but Trustee Starzer is in her final victory lap of 8 years of service on the Board of Trustees. Our trustees are appointed for 2 4-year terms by the governor, and Patty will be rotating out at the end of this month, and I just wanted to recognize her for her 8 years of service as a trustee, as well as all the other things that she and Mike and her family have done for the university. So would you please all join me in helping me thank Patty for her service to Mines. All right, so when we get to the end of reading all the words, that'll be hopefully pretty obvious to you when we get to that point. That's our last time to sort of congratulate all of our graduates, just making all the noise that we want to. So that's when you get to stomp on the stairs, use those contraband noisemakers, cowbells, all that other kind of stuff. That'll all be good. And then our Faculty Senate President, Dr. Brandon Dugan. Brandon, you want to stand up? He actually gets to decide when the ceremony ends. And the way that he signals the end of the ceremony is by closing the book that opened the ceremony, the De Re Metallica, sitting there on the stand. And, fortunately for you, he's a little younger than most of our other typical Faculty Senate presidents, so his hearing's better, I think. I've heard he's a tough grader, but he also knows that there's a number of us who are trying to catch a flight down to Texas to see a National Football Championship game after the ceremony. So I think he's going to go on effort more than volume on this one. It may be the quickest closing of a ceremony that we've ever seen, but he's still going to make you work for it. So in any case, when he closes the book, some loud music is going to play. The platform party is going to head off out the doors. And I just ask everybody if you could stay where you are at that point in time and let them get out. Otherwise, we lose them. And don't want that to happen. Now, afterwards, when that's all done, I'd like to invite everybody outside. Outside in the plaza, you'll find Blaster Arboro. We'll be there for picture taking, as well as we've got refreshments and things outside and up in the student ballrooms as well. So please join us for those and gather together and take some pictures with Blaster. We'd love to see you. So, everybody got that all down? Now, there is one other thing that has to happen. When the book gets closed, somebody has to shoot the blaster and launch a blaster out into the audience. And somebody suggested to me that a good person for this would be Catherine Aubert. Catherine, would you like to help us with that? She's ready. Man, look at her walk up here. This is pretty awesome.
She might have to shoot too.
We might have to. We'll get it loaded up for her. Sorry, Blaster. You ready? You got this? Okay. Only thing so this is like a safety switch. Okay. So you flip it up before you shoot. And then there's just like this. Okay. And don't point at the front row. But just up. Okay. And then when the book closes, that's when it's time. But you'll have to flip that red switch. Okay. All right. Catherine, she's ready. She was born for this moment. So, all right. Okay, everybody stand up. All right, and before we get through doing this, I just want to take one last moment and congratulate all of our graduates. It's been wonderful working with all of you. Great to have you here on campus. I hope you come back and I hope you help out others along the way. So congratulations to all of you, and let's get this going, Provost Holtz.
Okay, am I up? All right, I was going to ask everybody to rise, but you already did that. Okay, so President Johnson, with the approval of the faculty, I recommend that the doctoral, Master of Science, Professional Masters, or Master of Engineering degree, as appropriate, be conferred upon these candidates. The candidates who are unable to be present today will be awarded their degrees in absentia. Their names appear in the program.
Thank you, Provost Holtz. Chairman Salazar, I present to the Board of Trustees these amazing candidates. Each has been recommended by the faculty, and I concur with our tremendously brilliant, hardworking, caring, and awesome faculty. It says all those words here. Yeah. And it is my honor to present to you and the board these candidates for your acceptance.
President Johnson, by action of the Board of Trustees of the Colorado School of Mines, taken on December 8th, 2023, I direct you to award these candidates the degrees that they have earned.
Now this is interesting. Normally the audience goes wild at that part.
I think I did it wrong.
But we have to do it over again, I don't know. But then I usually have to say, I've got a few more words to say, I'm sorry. But anyway, we were going to do that part. So this is one of the coolest parts about being president of Colorado School of Mines, is getting to read these words, to bestow degrees on all of you. So upon recommendation of the faculty and by authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon all those who have been recommended by the faculty the degrees of doctorate, Master of Science, Professional Masters, or Master of Engineering, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. If you happen to be wearing a mortarboard, master students, it's a great time to move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations, class of 2020-23. Go War Diggers!